Hello, welcome. This is our very first module or session. We're going to be talking about values, mission, purpose. Welcome to the Powerfully Aligned program. I wanted to really welcome you and to congratulate you for taking the step, because the time that we're going to be spending together for the next few months will be transformative if you do the work. This has been a lifelong journey for me to create this, and it is an absolute pleasure for me to really share this stuff with you. And we're about to make sure that you join that Facebook group that's coming up, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. Please do not hesitate. Let's begin. I'm going to share my screen with you. Oh, okay. Make webinar live. Okay. So, welcome once again. Sorry about that. Thanks for the patience that you had. I really appreciate you being here. Welcome to the Powerfully Aligned program once again. I wanted to welcome you personally, and I'm going to do that in our coaching calls, in our sessions, and just really let you know that what you get out of this program is going to be all dependent on what you put into it. And I'm here to serve you in any way I can, and make sure you're participating in the group. Let's just jump right in. I'm going to share my screen with you, and let's begin. All right. So here we are. We are doing session 1, mission, values, purpose, and duality. So hopefully by now you have seen the video in the members portal on the introduction on what your values are. You've gone through this before. It is extremely important for us to go over it again. We're going to definitely go onto it. It is critical, because why are we starting here? Because whether you're anxious, whether you're depressed, whatever it is that you're going through, if you don't have a strong connection, conscious connection to your values, each and every day you feel lost, you feel purposeless, and that's the majority of people. So majority of people haven't answered those questions. So you're definitely the pre-work to this. You have to have gone through those questions and known exactly what your values are, what makes time stand still for you, all of those things. We're going to go over them once again. But just for some housekeeping, I just want you to make sure you go onto the members area and complete all the info if you haven't done so. Make sure that you get the signing, the consent form, very important. There's a few things. You got to do the pre-course work. You go up there, you sign the consent form, tell me where you're at. And step 3 is completing the introduction module, which is to watch the intro to values and complete the life overview form. This gives us an idea of exactly where you're at. And of course, before we begin, I want you to do one of the most popular depression inventories, so that we can have a comparison now to 3 months from now when you've completed this, so that you can yourself see the difference in your life. So it's really important to complete where you're at and where you'd love to be, because that is going to tie in very, very intimately with what we are creating today for you with the coursework. So you can download the PDFs that we put up and print them out, and you want to follow along and make sure you answer the question, okay? So knowing your values, why is it so important? Why is it so important? Because most of us are unconscious of our values. We project our values onto other people, expecting them to live according to what we desire, what we feel and deem as important, but we don't really honor what other people deem as important. We don't take the time to realize that other people have priorities and the world occurs to them differently. So part of the goals that you have for the work that we're going to be doing together is to have higher quality relationships. And that can't happen if A, you're not aware of your values, and B, you're not honoring the values of those near and dear to you, those who are closest to you. Because once you do, you can then create a win-win. And it's very, very important for us to know why why values are important is because they come from what we perceive to be most missing. It's very important for you to know what your values are. They come from what we perceive to be most missing in our lives. So tell me what you feel was missing in your life, and I will tell you exactly what you are seeking. So it's very important for you to have an awareness of what your values are. So we're going to go over this again, answer these questions. You've already gone through these. What makes time stand still for you in a good way? Where are you in a flow-like state or in the zone? What would you love to read 500 books about? What do you love or admire most about yourself? What would you defend with your life and fight to the death for? A lot of people will say their children, their mother, their faith in God. What would you read 500 books about? Is it nutrition? Is it personal development? Is it spirituality? So it's very important to know what these are. Where are you most organized, scheduled, and committed? Well, you could be saying, I'm not organized, scheduled, committed. Where you are, it's in the areas where you're highest of priority. And what trait or characteristic is not for sale and could not be bought away from you for all the money in the world? If you watch the video, these are all review questions. What would your family and friends say they admired most about you at your eulogy? And what do you always have money for, even when you're broke? It's important to know that, because your mission and purpose, which we're about to do, is embedded in these values. And if you don't know, most people don't know what they are. Once you know what they are, you can then create affirmations and a vision for yourself that's in alignment with these values. And they have to do with one of these intelligences, the visual spatial, the musical. Many of you are into physical activity and movement. Some of you are really good people, smart people. Others, they're just amazing writers. Others are analyticals, or they love nature, or they're into personal growth, or visual. So just take a look at these, and your values are in one, and your genius is in one or more of these areas. It's wise to know that. And just a side note, the people that you have in your life, in your family, those you get attracted to, are going to have very opposing values. Please understand that. They will have values that are completely different. You might be thinking, how the hell am I related to these people in my family? And that's because of your values. I was just having this conversation with my father earlier today. He said, what is it? This is what the comment that he made was, what is it in my upbringing? What happened that created you to have such different values? And the truth of it is, from an overview perspective, looking down, everybody within a family dynamic has completely different values, and it should be that way. So where do your values come from? We went over this. They come from what you perceive to be most missing. If you were most missing, if you didn't have an understanding of health and wellness, or you had a health event happen when you were younger, guess what becomes very important to you is health and wellness. So many people in the nutrition and food industry had problems with food, digestive disorders. People with depression or alcoholism or whatever end up becoming counselors, or me personally, I struggled with anxiety and depression. That's why I love teaching people. Teaching is one of my highest values. I love teaching. Time stands still. When I'm teaching right now, I got to constantly look at my watch, because I had a perception from teachers when I was younger. I was inspired by a teacher, and in my perception, I didn't have as much information. So I wanted to learn how to teach. So your values come from what you perceive to be missing the most. Your loved ones, they had different voids or missing or emptinesses. That's why they have different values. So it's very important for you to understand that. So your mission statement, okay, is basically, some of you I've worked with before, or you may be seeing this for the very first time. Your mission statement is a declaration that you are going to make every single day, and then at most times to be consciously aware of, is who you are on this planet Earth. Because if you look at the planet from this point, from the period from the spot we're looking right now, from this picture, it's just this floating spaceship. We're all on it together. That's the overview effect, is what the astronauts would feel when they would leave the planet, see its big picture and come back to earth and have this completely shifted perspective. When you look at your life from this overview perspective, you are going to have that shift, because without a mission and a purpose, life is truly empty and meaningless. It is empty and meaningless. It really is. It doesn't mean anything unless we give it a particular meaning. So it's very important for us to do that in our lives, because most of us are just kind of traipsing along, sauntering through the planet. And I know what that's like, because I've been there. And basically what we do is we just sit there and we just say, you know what, this is, I don't really have a purpose. I'm just kind of like, I think, I see these pictures on Facebook of what I think I should have, but I don't really know but the questions you asked, that you answered about values, will pull from you what is truly meaningful to you. So first and foremost, you want to basically come out with I am statements. Okay, so you're going to look at your values list that you've put out already, and you're going to write out I am statements. You're going to basically, there's an I am, 3 parts to the mission statement. I am, I do, and I have. This is what you want to declare to the universe, what you want to be, do, and have. Okay? And we're going to get very specific. We're going to get specific on these. And if you do this right, when you get this right, your day will have so much purpose. Your interaction, your life pretty much, which is your day-to-day, will have purpose. Without doing this, I notice, without my days connected to my mission, things just go sour. My day just it's completely falls apart when I don't take the time and reconnect myself to my vision and my purpose. So I am, I do, and I have. So what are we going to do? So you're going to, from your values, you're going to use words of power to describe all of the things that you are. So I am a powerful leader and a loving coach. These are the affirmations that we're going to use in the mission statement that are congruent with you. So who are you? I'm a caring teacher, it could be. You could be a loyal friend. I'm a curious student. I'm a fit and lean powerhouse. I'm a loving and devoted mother or husband. You have to kind of project in what you would love to be, even if you're not there. I am a money master. I am a multi-millionaire athlete. Name it. Declare it if it's congruent with your values. Don't make I am statements that are not congruent with who you are, because what's going to happen is you're not going to be walking your talk. So I am a loving mother. I am a talented artist. I am a avid historian. Really declare it with the I am statements of what you would love to be. I am a fit and lean multi-millionaire teacher, you name it, coach, nutritionist, whatever it is. You want to put those all with the descriptive words in the B part of your mission statement. The next part is the I do. What will you do in order to be that highest version of yourself? So I do. What is it that you do? You want to, I get mentoring. I exercise every day. I read, I write, I connect with my loved ones. I call my lover. I practice gratitude each day. I work on clearing my resentments. I perform my morning rituals. I see the best in everyone. I travel whatever distance, pay whatever price, do whatever it takes to refine my skills as a teacher, as a coach. Be very descriptive of what you're willing to do in order to be that thing that the highest version of yourself. I do what it takes. Make sure you get very descriptive in that. And the last part basically is I have. And in the haves, you want to use the present tense, and you want to think of where you'd love to be. What you'd love to have. So you want to be very specific. Is it, what is it that you want to have? I have a loving family. I have a loving and nurturing relationship. I have unlimited wealth. I have a salary of 6-figure income. I have a lucrative multi-million-dollar income. I have supportive friends that surround me. I have in my case, a waiting list practice of referral-only coaching clients. What is it that you would love to have? And be very specific. You know, I have a salary or an income of $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000, whatever it is that you would love to have. I want you to write that down and have that as part of your mission statement. So the way that it comes out is, I hereby declare to myself and the universe or God to be a boom, 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 and fill all that out. In order to be this, I do, and then write out all the do's. And in exchange for all of these, I have a blank, you know, da, 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 da. You want to keep on listing all of those things, what you want to be, do, and have, and get specific. Mine is 7 minutes long when I read it. So you want to get as descriptive as possible. After that, you want to put down, I thank the universe or God in advance for its achievement. And you want to really get like a warrior mentality. I will not settle. Victory is on its way. I make statements as well in my mission statement, like, victory is greater than my wildest dreams. You know, you really want to be congruent with this. You want to get yourself into that state of being. So that's your mission statement. What you're going to do is you're going to actually write it out, and you're going to print it out and put it on your desktop, or you print it out, you know, next to your bed, in your mirror. I have mine on my laptop's desktop. So there isn't a day that goes by now when I don't read it. Before I meet with every client in a coaching call, I reconnect with who I'm being. You know, it's very important that I really connect with who I'm being and what I stand for on this planet. And I get into that overview perspective. I look down at myself. You know, it's not always there, but when I falter, I get right back on that horse and go back onto my mission statement. So how do we stay true to all of these? And the answer is this big secret that I learned only just 60 days ago. And since I have been putting this into practice, everything in my life has changed, from relationships to finances to everything. And I know that this will do the same for you. So what you're going to do, and this is from the book, and I'll share it with you. It's called Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and I'm going to share the book title with you if you haven't seen it already. But what you're going to do is you're going to get up early. That's right. Even if you're not a morning person, you're going to wake, and you're going to go through a acronym. What he uses is called SAVERS. SAVERS, and that's going to stand for silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, S for scribing, which is writing, which I'll go over right now, what we're going to talk about. And why this is important is because it brings discipline to your day, and it's going to be all about choosing your pain. We're going to get you to choose your pain so that the universe doesn't have to do it for you, because you can't really avoid it. We try to avoid it, but it's really about choosing your pain. The second part is affirmations. So first step is the silence, okay? So you're going to sit and you are going to meditate. And I'm going to provide you in the members area, if it's not there already, you will get it, a 10-minute guided overview, special overview meditation that's going to help, that you can download, that's going to help you really get centered emotionally to the highest version of yourself, and really paying attention to your body, getting you into your body. And you can either do it yourself or you can use the one that I'm going to provide you. It's up to you, but it's super duper important that when you wake up, you do not press the snooze button. You get up and you start by saying, thank you, God. And you go into this silence of meditation. Then you will go into your affirmations. This is where you say your mission statement and you get into that state. And you really want to repeat what it is that you are. I am powerful. I'm powerful. You want to really repeat these affirmations of the highest version of yourself, of who you'd love to be. I am powerful. The world is a better place because I'm there. I am a caring lover of humanity. And usually I say a prayer as well, which I'll share with you afterwards. If this is something that you love to do, it's really getting me into that state of who I'm being for other people with integrity. It's something that really reconnects you, and I highly recommend it. And the next one is the visualization. You want to go into the visualization of your mission statement and how you want your day to go. You want to create the day as it goes. You want to actually feel it and see it moving forward. You want to watch it unfold, and you want to create an intention and set an intention moving forward, rather than the default that we usually do, which is reacting to everything that happens, flipping your email or Facebook and going into that first. You want to really start the day off with these things. And then, of course, exercise. I'm telling you, put yourself into that physical activity, something that's going to make you leaner, meaner, sexier. Your confidence goes up. That sense of power goes up. It's painful, but you choose that pain. It's incredible. I was doing my exercise today and I was like, I choose this pain. I'm choosing this pain. And we're going to talk about choosing your pain as well. And you definitely want to start by reading as well, something inspirational, Miracle Morning. And I'm going to be recommending you books along the way of what to read, the suggestions that I have, the things that have made an impact for myself. The first book that I highly recommend you guys get through is Conversations with God. If you haven't read that yet, 100% Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. It is incredible, and it really talks about everything that we're sharing today. And then the last part is writing in a journal. Even if you have shitty feelings, even if you're not feeling fantastic, even if you're anxious or you're feeling depressed, writing in a journal makes a huge difference. And then you want to just mirror exactly what you're feeling and writing, and then pay attention to the language and use creative language of what you'd love to be. And what you also want to do is, in that journal, you want to include evidence throughout the day of my dreams manifesting. So show me evidence. What is the evidence that I have? You're looking for evidence throughout your day, even at nighttime. You want to do as a nighttime 5-minute ritual. Go back to your file I have in my journal file on my computer that says every day, evidence that my dreams are manifesting. It's phenomenal. I'm telling you, this is critical. How long does all of this take? It should take you between 30 and 45 minutes. You know, you could do a bunch of burpees, whatever it is, something that's going to get you. If your goals are to lose weight, then you're going to want to spend more time in the gym. So you want to throw that into your daily routine. I've been getting up at 6 a.m., sometimes 5:30 a.m. in order to complete this. And the days that I do it are magical. The days that I sleep in or hit the snooze button, they suck. 100%. And I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. What you want to do is, next thing, is you want to record yourself reciting your mission statement. Record it in your iPhone, your Android, whatever smartphone you have has definitely a voice feature, kind of voice recording feature. You want to get into that state and recite your mission statement and have yourself reading it and listen to it each and every day. It has been the single most transformative thing that I've done in the past 2 months, and it's been very, very recent. So while exercising, you want to listen and feel it and be it. So you're going to ask yourself, how can I show up as that version of me? When I'm meeting my mother, when I'm meeting my father, if I'm about to talk to a client, how do I show up as that version of me? So you want to show up as the person who is in your mission statement. You want to show up as that person. And that book is called Miracle Morning. I don't read. I do audiobooks. I'm walking Lucy. I'm in the car. I'm driving. I'm always listening to a podcast or listening to an audiobook. This is the time to feed your brain things that you know is going to get you to the next level. So I'm going to be recommending every book that I have ever read that's made an impact. Hal Elrod's book is a great one. So that last part. So we're now going to talk about duality. So we went through the values. You have your mission statement. You got a lot of homework to do starting today or tomorrow. Tonight, before you go to bed, you're going to start that gratitude journal and evidence that my dreams are manifesting. We're going to talk about duality here. And the last part, many of us are in a state of anxiety, state of depression, and I know what that's like to really be at the end of your rope. I'm going to talk about this concept of duality. And basically, if you take a look at this picture, before I go into that last one, you take a look at this picture, if you look carefully, you could be seeing bats. A little bit more carefully, and you squint your eyes and you look around, you'll start to see angels. So the premise behind this, the reason I'm showing you this, is to really demonstrate that in everything there's a yin and a yang. You know, the yin yang symbol, very similar to this. Would have been a good to demonstrate that yin yang symbol. If you look at that, it shows that in every bad thing there's a good, in every good thing there's a bad. There's a duality in everything, and it's all inseparable. They're always together and inseparable. And to illustrate that, if you take a magnet with a north and south, or a positive and negative pole, you cut it in half, you're going to get two positives and negatives. And it is incredibly frustrating if you're trying to get rid of the negative. If I say, let's get rid of the negative, so you're going to cut it in half, and now you have two positives and negatives. Oh, let me do it again. And if you keep doing it, you're still going to have a positive and negative. In other words, there is a law of physics within the universe that states that you cannot divide the undividable. You will never have a positive without a negative. They are always coming in pairs. There's always a duality, and it's always there. Now, we humans are the only species on the planet that try to separate it and try to get rid of the negative. In other words, pleasure and pain are always there. It's kind of like if you've ever had an orgasm before, you know it's a mixture of pleasure and pain. In other words, you're not going to get one without the other. So really appreciating, when you step back into overview and you look, you'll see that you will, in every moment of your life, at this moment in time, you're going to have pleasure and there's pain. Look around right now. You have things that are exciting and things that are anxiety producing. You have things that are happy and supportive, and you have things that are challenging that are going on in your life right now. So wisdom, and I'm going to start, your homework will be to appreciate and to recognize the two sides happening simultaneously. Recognize the pleasure in the pain, and instead of running away from pain, it's up to you this week, from now moving forward in this course, to start to choose the pain that you're going to experience, rather than sit back and wait for that pain to come. So it's really about choosing that pain. And this is another great example. When I went and saw the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis, it's basically the Northern Lights. This was up in Yukon territory in Whitehorse and in Northern Canada. And when I asked the tour guide, I said, what are these Northern Lights? She basically told me, and I was very inspired to know that it's the negative ions coming from the sun collapsing against the positive ions in the atmosphere, creating light. In other words, you cannot have light or enlightenment without the pain. So here I am telling you right now, moving forward, to stop expecting a life without pain, to stop expecting a support without challenge, to stop expecting happiness without sadness, because the two will always come hand in hand. In the sessions, you're going to see that more and more. That's really the part of dissolving resentment. As the time goes on, this will be much more tangible for you to understand. But the homework right now really is for you to start observing duality. So it's really, first and foremost, to complete your mission statement and submit it. Make sure you submit it. You want to read it every day with your morning rituals. You are going to step into being it now. What would I be like? You're going to constantly ask the question. Stay true to your mission, and each day in every interaction, knowing who you are, stepping into who you truly are. How would I be how would I act if I was being that highest version of myself? And I want you to step into it first before you see it around you, before you see your dreams manifesting around you. You have to be that version of yourself that is worthy of it, so that you can welcome your vision into being. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. You also want to observe the language from this time moving forward that you use to yourself and to others. You'll notice your life is moving forward based on the language that you use recreates your future. You create your day, your future, using the language you're using. And if you are in a state of depression, if you're in a down state, chances are, if you looked at the words and the language you're using about yourself, I'm a piece of crap, I'm worthless, I'm stupid, I'm not worthy, I'm a loser. These words become your future. So what you're going to do now is you're going to pay very close attention, even if you can't see it, even if you don't. This is where you have to have faith and step into the being and repeat a different language. Catch yourself right away saying or thinking what you're thinking, and then make the correction into the new way of your being. And act as if it's on the way, and affirm it, and and be grateful for it, and practice gratitude for it as though it's on its way, and thank the universe in advance for its achievement. Next thing, you want to observe duality wherever you go. When you're in the gym, when you are waking up and that alarm early morning sets off and you're like, oh, I don't want to. Correct yourself, catch it, and say, I'm choosing my pain. And observe the duality, observe the pleasure and the pain, observe challenge happening at work simultaneously to support. It will freak you out, but I'm just introducing this, keeping it simple as we go, introducing all of these different concepts as we go. But I'm telling you, it is critical for you to just get these. These are the foundation. This lesson is the foundation of everything we're going to build on moving forward. So make sure you have everything written in your workbook, as far as all the resentments and regrets. And in your coaching, in your private coaching, we're going to work towards clearing all of those resentments and regrets, so that we can move forward towards your mission, vision, and purpose, and approximate your goals and your vision with velocity. That's really what we want to do. So next thing you want to do is, because our life is really about the quality of our relationships, I want you to observe the values of others. Become curious about what is meaningful and priority to others, and what's important to them, and step into their world and communicate from that space, rather than just being focused on yourself. Start to see yourself as a channel through which the love of the universe can then flow to other people. This is a prayer from the Baha'i writings that I really love. It says, "Oh Lord, make me a hollow reed from which the pith of self hath been blown, so that I may become like a clear channel through which your love may flow to others." And that's one of my morning rituals. That's one of the things that I say, that when I stay true to that, my day is smooth as silk, and it is created with intent, with intention, and much more things to be grateful for when you're in that space. So that is your homework. Submit your mission statement. If you haven't already, book your initial consultation, your overview session, and I will be happy to tackle your first resentment with you. This is critical that we get to that state where you are now unconsciously living that mission and you're being it. And when you have a breakdown, which you will have in this journey, expect many breakdowns, you then know exactly what to do to meditate. You know exactly how to center yourself and reconnect with yourself, with your vision, mission, and purpose. So that is exactly what you can expect. And hopefully you got a lot out of that one. Please, in the group, don't hesitate to share with feedback, anything you'd like to improve, any clarifications, any questions that you have. Go to the Facebook group, and I'm here for you. And I look forward to our very next module, our next session, both one-on-one and on live webinar. Peace out.